Hey mama, it is Celia from Bougie Mom Friends. If you are trying to find balance being an amazing mom while still trying to find time for you, you are in the right place. My co-host Cammie and I are here to talk about all of the things from trusting your instinct with your kids to carving out space for self-care and even indulging in a little pop culture escape. It's all about real conversations with moms who get it because we're all about thriving, not just surviving. So take a breath, grab a drink, and join us, your Bougie Mom Friends.
Welcome back, ladies. It's another Tuesday phenomenon.
Tuesday, another week to 2025.
This has been a week for me. I told you I was nervous going into 2025, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ominous premonition. And so far, it has proven to be true. Like, it has been one hell of a 2025 so far. Work has been crazy in a bad way. And people at work have had really bad news. Like, their husbands are dying. And it's just like very heavy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I am feeling, very unsettled, emotional, kind of like a wild woman, as you would say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living like a wild woman this past week. And with that being said, I've been acting a little bit like a wild woman.
What do you mean?
So, and I don't even know if you would like classify him. He's not an ex, technically.
Okay.
He was never really.
I'm already listening. Okay.
He wasn't really, we never like really dated. We went on a date. That was the end of it. But I think after having Kalina this year, especially, it's just accountability is just really like running through my veins.
Okay.
And the world and how everyone interacts with each other. And, I'm thinking about how I treated some people back in the day. Like, I'm talking like when I was 24, 25 years old. And especially this guy, because he's like literally like the nicest human being I've literally ever met. Like, he's nice to a fault, like to a fault. And so if Kalina had ever been treated this way by someone else, like, I would be very upset. So in my wild woman state, I decided I was going to text this guy and apologize for something that happened in 2014, 2015.
Okay, so
2016.
We're like circa fast forward 10 years. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so basically I sent him a text and I said, hello, long time, no talk. This is going to sound very dramatic and very weird, but I've had a really weird day at work today. And in a way that something that hasn't happened to me in over, a decade. And so it's really just has me like in my feelings and reflecting, and like life is short. And so like there's something that I've always wanted to say to you, but we don't talk anymore. And so here it goes. And so I sent him like a 5-paragraph text message, and I was like, yeah, like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Like, it was fucked up. Like, I shouldn't have like led you on, and it was a whole thing. And he wrote back. And on par with, again, you cannot do this with everyone, okay? He's just like the nicest human being in the world, okay? So he wrote back and he was just like, is honestly like so good to hear. And like, it makes me so happy to hear that. And you like helped me. He's like, yeah. He's like, don't be too hard on yourself. He's like, wow, like, you went on to date someone else and we never really talked about it. He's like, you got me through a really dark time in my life. Like when I moved away and I didn't have any friends. So like talking to you really helped me. He's like, you have a really good heart, Camellia. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, see, like you never really know like how you're really affecting. And I don't know if he was just like trying to make it less weird. He was acting like, oh, this is such a great apology that I really needed to hear. I don't know.
So what did you do? Was it just someone that you were like friends with and he liked you and he felt like something was going to come from it? Like, what did you do that was so bad?
Okay. So like basically the tea was like, I liked him, but like I had I had a boyfriend at the time, and like we went through like a rough patch-ish. So I was kind of like not very invested. And somehow like the world got around that we had broken up, but we hadn't officially done so. And so he was very sheepish, very shy. And apparently he had asked someone for my phone number because I never gave it to him. And he called me and asked me on a date. And I was like, I didn't really know. I couldn't say no because I felt bad because I know.
Well, it sounds like you also liked him.
I did like him, but also I liked him, but like I knew he wasn't like.
For you.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he was a little like sheepish, like I said. He was very shy. He was kind of like a, you know, like is one of those people that will like talk to you forever online, and then you like get in their face and they're just kind of like stare at you, you know, and it's just like awkward. So I knew how much courage it took him to get my number and call me. So I was like, I can't say no. So I was like, okay, let's go on this date. And so we go on this date, and actually he took me somewhere very nice for dinner, and he got me flowers, and he was like very gentlemanly, and he was very sweet. Then he like left me cookies outside of my apartment one time when I was going home. And I tried to turn it into something else. And I was like, oh, this is creepy. And everyone's like, it's not creepy, Camellia. And I was like, well, I don't know. You sure it's not creepy? Like I wasn't home and you left these cookies. Like it's not. And so like in my head, I tried to like morph it into something that, you know, wasn't. And then, so I think he asked me to do something, and I just kept making excuses like, oh, I'm going home, or I'm not going to be around. Or
so you blew off a really nice guy.
So I blew him off. Yeah. And then I kept dating the other guy. And so then it just became this weird like relationship, you know, like he worked in my lab. I saw him every day. We still talked all the time. Like I said, he was a very like chatty internet witty person, you know, which is what I liked. But like, and then in person, it was just kind of weird.
Yeah.
So anyways, I go to anesthesia school and he stays behind, but he's trying to get into med school. He gets into med school and I go to anesthesia school. And then the boyfriend that I had that, you know, was on and on. Anyway, he cheats on me. We were going to get engaged. It was a whole thing. And so he finds out about this, obviously, because I'm still talking to him. Like we talk like all the time. He knows about anesthesia school. He shoots his shot. He sends me like very nice flowers. He's like a med student, you know, like he doesn't, and sends me very nice flowers to my apartment. He like calls me, I think, and he like shoots his shot, and he's just like, I think we should like really try. He's like, there's no one. I was like, why? I was like, I'm nothing special. He's like, no, there's nobody like you. Like you're just like one of a kind. And he said like all the right things, you know, but it just, I was jaded. Number one, I was jaded because of the long distance relationship that just went down in flames. Like, how was I going to date a medical student? Like, I was a student. Like, where's that going to go? Like, he has 4 years of med school residency, you know, and all that. And I'm just like, I'm a very practical person. And you can say that, like, especially in my 20s, like, I led with my brain, not with my not with my heart. Like before like anything serious is gonna happen, like we have to get through the checklist. Like are you you know, do you have a 401k? Are you employed? Do you save money? Like these were all things that were like I was thinking about at 24. And so how are we going to get engaged when both of us are students? Like, how would that even be a thing?
So
you know,
you're like,
I'm like fast forwarding.
I'm going to be at this age. This is what I'm going to do with my life. And I need to meet these milestones.
Right.
Okay. So you blow them off?
I don't even know how I did it. Oh, I think I know what I did. I blamed long distance. I was like, I can't do another long distance relationship. Like it just went up in flames. He's like, well, I think it would be different. Like, I'm not him. And I was like, no. But then we kept talking. He was like my emotional support animal. Okay. Like about about my ex and all that stuff. Yeah. And then it just kind of like, we stopped talking about that, but we kept talking about like nothing, like life and stuff. And it just kind of evolved. And
he was like your male pen pal.
Yeah. And then I felt really bad. I'm like, why does he still talk to me? Like, he must hate me. Like, what is going on? You know? And I could never really tell him the truth. And so he talked to me for a very long time. I mean, honestly, till like a year ago, not personally at this point, like, you know, after I got engaged, it became more just like, friendly, like medical stuff that was funny. And then about a year ago, he stopped doing that. I just always felt like he was owed an explanation and an apology. And so I finally did it.
And how do you feel?
I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, honestly.
Yeah.
And this is not about me. And this is not like an apology tour so that I feel better about myself. But it was more about like, I've always wanted to do this. And I finally like got the courage to tell him the truth.
Yeah.
And so and he took it really well. And he said like, it means a lot to him, allegedly, again. So maybe it's something he always wanted to hear. I don't know. Maybe he wanted an explanation for like, what the fuck is going on? You know, I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I think that's healthy. I love a good ex. You know me.
Oh, I know.
I love exes. I do. I love all my exes. I've not really had a terrible ex. But I definitely think that there's people that you meet in life that resonate with you and you love and you care about. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like sometimes I feel like when you meet your boyfriend and then you get engaged and then you get married and then you have families, it's like you have to like turn yourself off from your whole past and you just have to move forward.
Right.
I don't understand that and I never have. I definitely understand having boundaries.
For sure.
And I do believe that sometimes exes can't be friends.
Yeah.
But I also think they can.
Yeah.
You know, like if you remember meeting back in the day.
Yeah.
He was my like first boyfriend, like my first serious boyfriend when we were like 18, 19 years
I remember
old.
him. Yeah.
And
I remember that.
like literally to this day is one of my best friends, like friends with his wife. They come over at this point. Like we're like family, you know, I'm at her baby shower. I'm at their wedding. And at first when she met him, she was like, no, don't talk to her.
Yeah.
But,
sounds familiar.
and that's totally fair. But I also think that people can be friends and it's like, why not? If you feel something that you want to do in life and you want to have a conversation, especially someone that obviously meant a lot to you and you meant a lot to them in that time in your life, when you're going through school or moving across the country and you're away from friends and family, to me, that's like incredible. Yeah.
So, I mean, and this is all stuff that like I've told my husband, like he knows everything. He didn't really get it, but he's very like a guy. He's a guy. He's just like why would you text somebody?
Messaged him?
He's just like, wait, what? You texted a guy out of the blue? I'm like, yes, JJ. Like, but he needed to hear it. And he was just like, well, I guess from his response he did, but like, I would never do that. I was like, I know you would never do that. Thank you for that. He's like, but I guess I'm proud of you because I took courage. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. I love that. I have an ex that we broke up like 10, 15 years ago. Homie can't cut me. Like he still to this day talks to me almost every single day.
Yeah.
For 20 some years.
I feel like there's just this little bit of like he still likes you.
I don't think so. I really
like
don't.
An out. Like I think that there's just a little, like a little, like a little fizzy. No,
inside of my being, I really don't think so. I really do just think that we met at a time in our lives where we were in our 20s and we grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably bring back a piece of childhood or like, 20s, because you get married, you get kids and it's like your life becomes boring.
Yeah.
I think it's more to do with him than it is for about me.
Okay.
Like it might be like, I think I bring him back to a time when like his life was just like carefree.
Sure.
And we just had a very spontaneous, fun relationship and we were always friends. But homie can't kick me. I mean, I think he's tried, but it's been like 20 years at this point. I'm like, I don't know why, at this point we don't do family vacations together because like I haven't seen him.
Mean, yeah.
I have not seen him since I was like 24 years old.
Does he live in Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And like he's now married, obviously has kids. And I think it's just a no-go with his wife because of our history. But, like he obviously still talks to me. And I'll never not talk to him. You know?
I don't buy it, but I'm not saying that he's going to try something. I'm just saying that maybe, like deep down.
I mean, I'm pretty lovable.
Yeah.
James knows though. James is like, God, he's still talking. I'm like, one time he said, and this was not too long ago. This was like maybe not even a year ago for the first time. And we're just going to call him Zilly.
Sam.
Zilly. We're going to call him Zilly.
Okay, there you go.
So Zilly reaches out to me and he goes, you know what? I think it's time that like, I don't need to talk to you.
Okay.
And I was like, it's been like 20 years, dude. Like, what do you mean? You're not going to talk to me. And I don't care. I don't, it's not like he talks to me every single day, all day long. It's just more like, the Lions or, whatever. It's not like we're having like heart to hearts or like texting at midnight, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, dude, you do you. And then like, I went to go text him like the next day to see, and he had like blocked me.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, he committed. Like he committed to this.
He's like quitting it.
And I got so upset. I felt like I had got dumped. Okay. Like this is someone that's been in my life for like 20 years.
Right.
That has been somewhat of a pen pal to me. And you're just going to like drop me?
Right.
Like, are you kidding me? And I'm driving with James.
Okay.
And we're driving in the car. And I was like, I got dumped today. James like, what? I was like, Zilly jumped. He like dumped me. He like said he's not going to talk to me anymore. I was like, I'm like really upset. Like I tried to text him to see if he actually like wasn't going to talk to me. And he like blocked my number. I was like, who's going to ask me how my week's going? I was like, you don't. I was like, you don't ask me how my week's going. Like you don't ask me silly questions during the week. I was like, I'm literally dumped. And like James at some point, in the past, how many years we've been together, has reached out to him and said like, originally, like, don't talk to her, like get over it, And I'm like, dude, he's not going to listen to you. Just let it be. Like, you just got to get over it. He's like a part of my life, and he has, and now it's funny.
Yeah.
But it was really funny because I was so upset. James was like, let's get you a Starbucks. So I'm like mourning the fact that I'm not going to get attention from an ex-boyfriend.
Right.
And then I was like, what if he doesn't talk to me anymore? And James is like, well, if you get really sad, I'll reach out to him and tell him to message you. So like, that's how James feels about my ex.
Yeah. I mean, he was there to facilitate. He was going to be the mediator.
I was like, I was literally so upset.
Oh,
I was like, man, I'm going to get like, who's going to talk to me now?
I love this conversation because I don't think like relationships are black and white. No. Right. And like, yeah, I've had a lot of exes that I never want to talk to ever again. And it went down in flames and it was just bad. But obviously with the story I told, it's not always the truth, like the case.
Yeah. I mean, remember I ran into James's ex, who I was like not the nicest to in the beginning of our relationship. And then fast forward, 8+ years, I see her at a wedding. She's pregnant and I'm like touching her belly and like talking to her. I'm like setting up future play dates and everyone's like, what are you doing? But I do think that it's okay. Especially if time's passed, if there's truly nothing inappropriate happening,
right.
I think other spouses need to just get over it. I do.
So it's interesting that you bring up like nothing inappropriate happening because that's a very slim margin.
That is. You do have to be careful.
Because I trust you with my life. You lived with my boyfriend at the time.
I did.
But I was interesting enough this week, because I had a wild week. Some person just randomly decided to tell me like their life story. She's like 52 years old and she tells me how she's finalized her divorce after like 3 years and that her ex-husband got remarried within 5 months. And I was like, oh, 5 months. I said, did you know who he remarried to? She said, oh, oh yes, girl, I know who he remarried to. She was like my sister. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, she was my sister in Christ and the person I went to before my biological sister with everything. And she married her husband. And 5 months after they broke up. Okay, so we already know what they were doing behind closed doors.
Okay, yeah.
You know?
I mean, okay, so I feel like that's different than like you and your own ex. That's like you're crossing the line with your friend's husband territory, which is a whole different.
But that reminded me of like people were giving you the eye when you were like talking to James's ex, you know, like and be like, let's be friends and stuff because that's what it reminded me of, you know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'd pay her.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you want him for? I made that joke to her, like right in front of her husband. I was like, you want him back? I'll give him to you for free. And her husband's sitting there like, who is this girl? But you gotta have a little fun with it, especially if so much time has passed. Like everyone obviously grows
has
up.
An ex. Yeah.
You know, everyone has an ex. Everyone has a history.
It's a refreshing attitude.
Yeah.
It's very refreshing. I feel like you're very unique in this. And like most people would, you know, stiffen up and act very awkward. But like maybe it's time that we had a societal review of this.
I would love that. I would also love for, you know, like a lot of times I think, you know, when it comes to exes, if they find someone new. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. So James and I dated this guy. Let's just call him Luck. Okay. And so I dated this guy. I'm just going to call him by his name. I dated this guy. Okay.
Okay.
It's cute. He was in a band.
Oh, okay.
And so and I break up. Now, granted, like he was in a band and then I obviously did my own music. We never crossed paths, right? Like after we broke up, it was like we knew what each other was doing because of all of that, but we never talked. Okay. Sure. And so he dated this girl, Jen, after me. I had met her, you know, through an event, the sweetest girl, right? And here's the thing with me. I have never really interfered. I should take that back. At one point with Zilly because she was like a friend and she ended up marrying him and good for her. I'm happy for them. Sure. But like, that's like a outlier, you know, because it's like, she was my friend and then she started dating him after me. But like, if I broke up with someone and their new person, I have no idea who they are. And it's totally not an inappropriate or hurtful situation. I never interfered. Okay. So he dates this girl, Jen, and then it's like years go on past that and he dates someone new. And I remember James and I were at a New Year's Eve party in Detroit and they happened to be there. Okay. And we watched them get in a fight over me because I was there. And I didn't even say hi to them. Yeah. He like looked, like James said, like he looked my way a couple times. Yeah. Which why wouldn't you? I was like 115 pounds of like cuteness. Totally still have that outfit. I don't think I can fit into it anymore. But they're like fighting at this New Year's Eve party and it's like, they're not far from us. So like I'm watching them fight. Yeah. And I'm just like feeling myself. Like, really? Like, oh my gosh. Like, really? Like, okay, hi guys. But I think back to that sometimes and I'm like, why? I don't talk to him. You don't know me. I'm here like 6 years later with someone that, you know, like is my partner. Why do you care that I'm here? Okay. So I would say maybe she had bad baggage, you know, bad relationship. And maybe. That's probably it. But I think that's to your point, how we need to like look at. Yeah, like the default is don't assume because someone dated someone that person. Yeah. To me, I always was like, you know, with James, like I'm happy it didn't work out with those other girls. Because now I got him. You know? Yeah. He vacuums. He can kind of
He gets Starbucks.
He gets Starbucks. He lets me have my boyfriends.
Yeah,
but like, who cares? You know, like I don't want you. If I wanted you, I would have kept you.
Right. And yes, but I think it's natural. Like our natural go-to as women is to feel like threatened, you know, like and it's territory.
Or women pit against women.
Yes.
And I think a lot of times that baggage is probably correct because they probably got burned by someone.
Exactly. Yep.
But a lot of times I feel like you get burned by people you know and you take it out on people you don't know.
And you don't know.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, I did it to you. I was like, this girl's living. Back
in the day, we've never talked about this on the podcast.
No.
Let's rehash the past.
All right.
With the exes and the boyfriends.
It's all the past today.
In Royal Oak, Michigan. And this is back in like 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
It is an area of young professionals and residents and doctors. And back in the day, you could find your roommate on Craigslist. No. Okay. No, it was normal in this area. It was normal in this area.
It wasn't. You're not going to sell me on that.
Okay. JJ had the ad posted on Craigslist to find the roommate.
For like a dude, I feel like.
I was like, it's right near downtown. 3 dudes. I'm not going to have any drama. I looked it up. I was like, let's go. So I inquire for the Ferris house. And so I go to the house. I meet the guys. One of the guys is leaving. I'm like, this is perfect. It's a house. It's right near downtown, right next to all my friends.
Yeah.
I was breaking up. Like I was moving away from.
Yeah, you were going through a breakup.
From at that time, actually. Or Zilly. Sorry. Shit. So I'm moving out this way. And honestly, it might have been even years before that. I don't remember, but I'm moving out this way. And so, you know, they're my roomies. And so I move into this house and I got Andre and JJ and then me. And at that time I'm working. I'm in a mega 80s.
Yeah, you were singing.
Band, singing. And I had my crew and I was just living my good life. And you were dating JJ.
I was dating JJ. And so he told me, he's like, listen, you're not going to like this. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, a girl's going to move in. I said, JJ, no, you're not living with a girl. Like, absolutely not. And he's like, well, we can't find anybody else. And like, we need someone to pay like that room's rent. And he's moving out. I said, JJ, I don't give a shit. Like, why is a woman? I was like, she's up to no good. Why else would a woman want to live with 3 other dudes and like in this old house? I was like, why would she want that? Because she's going to try to seduce one of you because this is literally what I said to him. I was like, she's going to try to seduce one of you guys because you all have girlfriends and she's not stupid. And she knows if you guys have girlfriends, you must be decent human beings.
Well, that is true for my own safety. When they said we're in relationships, I was like, clutch, like amazing. These guys have girlfriends, so I get, you know, sisters and I don't have to deal with the girl drama. Having a girl roommate sucks.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But I had no idea, and it was never once at all any type of energy that like there was. I guess I never even thought about a girlfriend not liking me.
Yeah. And I was fully prepared not to like you. And fully. And I stepped foot in that house and you can handed.
Well, JJ was like my girlfriend's coming into town and I was like, awesome. Yeah. I was like, so do you think she's going to want to hang out? I was like, you know, like, should I, you know, I'm starting to like, what does she want to eat? Like, should I go grocery shopping? Like, when does she come? Like, does she need anything? Like, I'm thinking that like, this is like me about to meet like
your woman soulmate. Yeah.
And he was kind of like, she's not really like that. And I was like, well, what do you mean she's not like that? And he's like, well, you know, it might take a second for her to warm up. And so I was like, all right, like, I don't know what that means. I didn't ask questions, but I do remember him being like, it might not be I was like, it's cool. Everyone likes gift baskets.
Yeah, and you really did. She had a gift basket for me when I walked in through the door, and you just were like, we're going to be friends, and this is what I have planned for the week, and we're going to do this X, Y, and Z. And I was just like, okay, like, I don't really think I can hate her.
Yeah. Well, didn't you tell your family too that like you were going to like kick my ass? Because I remember when I met your sister, she was like, oh, yeah, no, she was about to beat you up. I was like, why? Like,
I'm sure there was some trash talking about how I was going to kick your ass. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. If that bitch touches my man, her ass is grass.
But like genuinely, like JJ and Andre were like great roommates, you know, like really chill, really zen. But yeah, I was like, there's no way you're not going to not like me.
Yep.
But who would have thought all these years later, you know, like even when, you know, JJ, obviously you guys, like he moved to you and then we got another roommate in and then I ended up moving in with James. But like, who would have thought even after that, like typically when you're in that stage in your life and you have roommates, you don't really talk after that. But I feel like had so much fun watching like MTV and like all these TV shows together and stuff that I was like, oh my gosh, I want to stay friends.
Yeah. And it was like really effortless. And I mean, so on par with the trend of the conversation, if everything hadn't fallen into place with the exes, this podcast would never be. Like
truly.
Yeah.
Our kiddos, the podcast, friendships, you know? So yeah, the next time you went to go hate on your ex or your ex's new partner or, you know, fiance or wife, like
maybe pause.
Just pause.
Reflect.
You know? Reflect. I'm happy that you, long story short, got to get that off your chest.
It was probably very unconventional. I'm sure some people listening to this are like, I would never do that. Like that.
Oh, I'm sure if anyone listens to
they'd
this,
be like,
gosh, I hope not everyone listens to this. But also too, like whatever.
I mean, again, like I will preface it with not everyone. Like there's a lot of There's a lot of douchey men that would not have been receptive to that and would have been like, you're crazy. So.
Oh yeah. And also too, it's not like a random person. You know, I do think like a lot of times you'll hear a story like what we talked about and then go to the worst case scenario that happened to you in your head. But like, just think of like, yeah, you can't judge.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I ever had like, I think I've been really lucky. I don't think I've ever had like a really horrible breakup.
There are people that like, I feel like should apologize to me. Like I would like an apology from them for how they acted.
Oh, that's interesting.
Here we go. I have an example for you. There was a guy that I dated when I was in anesthesia school. And it was very like not official. It was just like 3 months of dating. He was a military guy. He had just got divorced like 6 months prior. And I was like the first person he dated. He was cute. He was an officer. He had a nice apartment, but he was definitely like still going through it. Like he kept saying like, I can't believe I'm divorced and like, blah, blah, blah. But he was like a really nice guy. And like, we went out to dinner and, I would go to his place. We'd like watch movies. We'd hang out. I mean, like we got like we did some pretty decent dating, I would say. And then one day I went over there and we were supposed to make like spaghetti sauce and I was going to make it from scratch. And he got really weird. He was just like, I was like, we need to go to the store. And he's just like, why? I said, because we need to get the ingredients. He's like, what does it matter? Like, why can't we just use a can? Like, it's not the same thing. And he just started being really weird. And I was skipping like, there was like a orchestra concert that the whole anesthesia, like my whole anesthesia class was going to, which as you know, I play the violin and I really wanted to go to, but I missed it to hang out with this guy. And so he started acting weird and pussyfooting around. And then I was like, like, I'm not going there. So I cut it. I was like, you know what? I said to him, I was like, you're being really weird. And I missed out on something that I really actually wanted to do to be here. And like, it's not it. So I left.
Okay, good.
And he didn't like, he didn't say like, oh, stay or anything. He was just kind of like, bye, see you later. Like, you know, like shoved me out the door. And so then after that, I like texted him a couple of times, like something happened with our sink. And like, I asked him if he would come over and fix it. And he was like, he's like, why don't you call your dad? Like he was like a dick. And I was like, oh, really?
Ew.
Yeah. And I was like, my dad's not here. No, we're like, he's not 20 minutes away like you are, you know, like what is my dad going to do about it? Like, it was just like, he was being a dick. So that after that, I was like, we're done. A year later, I received a text message from him and he said, listen, like, I realize it's been like a year and like we ended really bad. He's like, but I'm not like, I've been working with a therapist and I want to apologize to you for how I treated you.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing.
He's like, I want to apologize to you for how I treated you. Like, that's not me. Like, you didn't deserve that. And, you know, like, so I just wanted to let you know that. And I was like, when I received the text, I was just kind of like, that's kind of weird. Also, again, I was 25. Okay. So like,
yeah,
you know,
so you can appreciate it now.
I appreciate it now. 100%.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the moral of the story is if you got something hanging on you to like do what feels right. Maybe it's an apology. Maybe it's reaching out to an old friend to say hi.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's what this is like, the beginning of a new year, the beginning of, you know, healing some wounds.
Yeah, for sure.
Some open sores.
I have a friend that I have another story where this is like applicable. We were like best friends in college, roommates. I'm just going to fast forward it. We're roommates, best friends. We were always together for all 4 years. And then our last year, like things just kind of got weird. Like things got weird at spring. We went to Cancun on spring break. And like, there was a guy that I liked from IU. I mean, like, you know, like drunk, like I was like, I want to make out with that guy. And she's like, okay. And I told her, and then she got really drunk. And of course it was like, yeah, she did. And it got weird. Like the guys flipped us and like, so like the other guy liked me and that guy liked her. And so she kissed him. And I just took it like it was girl code, like just bombed, you know, like just got destroyed. And I was like, we cannot be friends. Like, how could you do? I'm like looking
in
back
the moment, something like,
I was like, absolutely not, you know. And then like we're stuck flying back together, and we lived together. And after that, things just kind of went south. And then I graduated, and she stayed behind. It's from pharmacy school, and so I graduated. And I didn't hear anything from her. Like she didn't say congratulations or anything. And that like really like hurt my heart. And so then at that point, things just kind of got ugly. And like we just stopped talking. She like blocked me off Facebook. And that was the end of our like friendship for like decades, like blocked. Like we just stopped talking. And then one day I remember it like vividly. I was in a Trader Joe's. It was probably like 3 years ago. I think about 3 or 4 years ago. I'm in a Trader Joe's walking down the aisles. I get like a Facebook message, and she's like, listen, like my father passed away. I'm like really reflecting on a lot of things in my life, and I've never stopped thinking about you and our friendship and our bond. And like, I don't really know like how things went south, and I don't know if you could ever forgive me, but like, I really miss you. And I really think that like, if you would have me, like we should be friends. And
I love that.
I would be lying if I didn't say like, didn't think about her like my whole life. Cause like we were so close.
You were probably waiting for that moment.
When I got married, you know, she should have been there 100%.
Yeah.
I was like, no way. And so like, of course I was like, you know what, like, it was stupid, and like we did stupid stuff, and like we're like a lot older now, and we're mature. And she is like one of the biggest supporters of this podcast. She is like a ride or die, and I think it just took like time for us to mature. And like it's a whole different, like we're different people now. It's a whole different thing.
Time is beautiful in that sense. And I have a friend that, you know, we don't talk anymore, but, you know, we've just grown apart. I told her, I was like, you know, I love you. I was like, but like the situation in which we're in, we just can't be friends. Like, I just don't like her spouse. Yeah. And I told her, I was like, you know, but like, just know that like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You know, like you can love and care about someone and the timing's just not right. And that's just for platonic heterosexual, you know, like friendships, you know?
Yeah.
But I love that you guys got past that when the timing was right. Because timing is beautiful in that sense of like you're in a different place. It's a different time.
Yeah.
And you don't have to hold on to everything. Not everything has to be, like you said, black and white. That's incredible. I love hearing stories like that about friendships. And it goes into what we were talking about too. Having really good friendships with your girlfriends is so important.
Mm-hmm.
I love this episode. We talked about our exes. We got to hash some things out.
I know.
We got to reminisce.
I know.
If the wrong wife listens to this,
sorry, not sorry.
And yeah, hopefully JJ and James listen to it.
Yeah, I don't think JJ is going to want to listen to this one. He's already got an earful. He's good. He's good on that subject.
He's like, I don't care about your ex.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Well, this was a fun Tuesday episode.
Yeah. I think it was a boundary pusher.
But honestly, I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people. This Thursday, we're getting into the celebrity gossip.
With a twist.
We have to be very careful how we generalize it, but we are talking about Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and like, I read the New York Times complaint. I know you did too. Mm-hmm. And now we have Justin Baldoni's lawyer going on TMZ, going on, you know, different podcasts.
Yeah.
And it's just becoming like, it's honestly
crazy.
like this movie, It Ends With Us, was so toxic that they've like taken the movie and brought it to life. And I'm like, is this like the new...
Yeah.
Is this like the new Amber and like Depp? You know, like it's just so interesting, but it's really twisted and there's a lot of different sides you can take. Yeah, so we're going to be diving into some of the facts that we're learning, and I'm sure it's going to continue to develop, but we can't not talk about it.
No, it's huge.
No.
Everyone's
and that document that Blake's team submitted was like, I read it for 2 hours.
It's very detailed.
I'm fully invested.
I know, I am too. Like, how is this going to play out?
So yeah, tune back in on Thursday. We got you, but we hope you have a really great week.